Welcome to The Wire, your roundup of the top headlines from the week in real estate, uncovering the hottest real estate news, market trends, and insights designed to keep your business ahead of the curve. The Wire is brought to you by Resora. Elevate your real estate marketing with Resora. Effortlessly design, manage, and automate stunning email and social campaigns with our intuitive platform built for real estate. Say goodbye to complex marketing. Get started with your free account today at resora.com. And by Notebook LM by Google. Unlock the power of your information with Notebook LM. Upload your documents and instantly access an expert AI that answers your questions, summarizes key points, and generates insights, all based on your specific sources. Become a knowledge master with Notebook LM. Try it now at notebooklm.google.
Welcome back, everybody. This week's Deep Dive takes a look at all of the real estate news that matters to you guys.
The agents, the brokers, the marketers,
You get it.
shaping the industry. You know, we've gone way beyond just the headlines to analyze and break down articles, reports, and even some like insider whispers to bring you guys the key takeaways that are really going to give you an edge.
Okay, so let's jump right into it.
Let's do it.
What are the biggest trends that are impacting the market right now?
Well, first up, we got to talk about how the election shined this huge spotlight on housing affordability.
Yeah, it's really fascinating
It is.
to see how housing has become such a dominant issue in the political landscape now.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, think about this. 38% of early voters said that housing affordability was like the key factor in their presidential choice.
That's a big number.
That's a big number.
It really shows how important this issue is to voters.
For sure.
But here's where it gets kind of tricky.
Okay.
The Fed has cut rates twice, but mortgage rates are still stubbornly high,
Yeah.
sitting at 6.79% for a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. What is going on there?
Well, it's a puzzle, isn't it?
It is.
This disconnect between what the Fed's doing and how the market's responding,
Yeah.
it raises some big questions. What's it really going to take
What will it take?
to move those rates down and make homes more affordable?
Right.
Is it government policy, global economic forces, or is it something else entirely?
Yeah, I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are on this.
Sure.
I mean, are we in for a long haul of high rates?
Well,
Or is there a light at the end of the tunnel?
that is the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
It's tough to predict the future with absolute certainty, but, you know, the current economic indicators, they suggest that we might be in for like a period of adjustment,
Okay.
but that doesn't mean that there aren't opportunities out there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So while we grapple with these high rates, existing home sales have hit their lowest point since 2010.
Wow.
And we're seeing the new home market share shrink as well.
So what's driving this trend?
Well,
What is it?
one factor to consider is the so-called lock-in effect.
Oh, yeah. The lock-in effect.
Remember all those homeowners who snagged those crazy low mortgage rates a few years back?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are hesitant to sell
Right.
and give up those favorable terms, especially with rates being so much higher now.
Makes sense.
So are we saying that the lock-in effect is finally starting to loosen up a little bit?
It seems that way. We're seeing more existing homes kind of trickle onto the market.
Yeah.
So that could signal a shift.
Okay.
And this is definitely something you'll want to keep an eye on in your local market.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's all about understanding those subtle shifts and anticipating what's coming next.
For sure.
Now, let's talk about the buyers themselves.
Okay.
Who are they?
Yeah.
What are they looking for? And how are their preferences changing the game?
Well, one of the most striking shifts we're seeing is in buyer demographics.
Okay.
The median age of first-time buyers has hit a record high of 38,
Wow.
and a whopping 73% of all buyers
Okay.
had no children under 18 at home.
That's a huge departure from the traditional image of a young family buying their starter home.
It is.
What does that mean for agents and brokers on the ground?
It's a game changer.
Oh, wow.
It means we need to rethink our assumptions about what buyers want.
Okay.
Are we still focusing on those family-friendly features?
Yeah.
Or are we highlighting properties that cater to the needs and desires of older childless buyers?
A great point.
Yeah.
So are we talking about more condos, more urban living, more emphasis on amenities and lifestyle?
It's all about understanding your target market.
Okay.
If you're working with a lot of older childless buyers, think about what matters most to them.
Okay.
Maybe it's walkability, proximity to cultural attractions, or that low maintenance living. This is where your market knowledge and your ability to connect with buyers on a personal level really comes into play.
It seems like we're seeing a shift away from that traditional white picket fence dream and towards something more individualized and experience-driven.
Precisely.
Okay.
And this trend is even more pronounced when we look at the resurgence of urban living.
Okay.
After that pandemic-fueled exodus to the suburbs, buyers are flocking back to cities in even greater numbers than before 2020.
So is the allure of the city back?
Mm-hmm.
Or are people just getting priced out of those spacious suburban homes that they were craving?
It's probably a combination of both.
Okay.
People might be realizing that they miss the vibrancy and convenience of city life, but affordability definitely plays a role.
Right.
This means that opportunities are popping up in urban markets, and agents who are savvy about city living will have an edge.
Okay, so we've got a lot to think about in terms of who our buyers are and what they're looking for.
For sure.
Now let's dive into a specific product that's generating a lot of buzz. Reverse mortgages?
Reverse mortgages. Okay.
What's going on there?
Well, we're seeing a definite uptick in key reverse mortgage metrics like HECM endorsements, which are basically approvals for these loans.
Gotcha.
And HMBS issuance, which refers to the bonds backed by these mortgages.
Okay, so break that down for me.
Okay.
What did that mean in plain English?
Okay.
Are reverse mortgages becoming more mainstream?
It's a possibility.
Okay.
While these metrics are still below historical highs, the upward trend is noteworthy.
Wow.
Big players like Guild Mortgage are showing increased interest, and they're seeing reverse mortgages as a way to serve clients throughout their entire homeownership journey.
That's interesting. So instead of just focusing on traditional mortgages,
Right.
they're looking at this as a way to meet the evolving needs of an aging population.
Exactly. And remember, we just talked about how the median age of home buyers is increasing? This could be a sign that reverse mortgages are starting to shed their niche status and become a more widely accepted financial tool.
So this is something that agents and brokers should be paying attention to, right?
Absolutely. It's important to understand how these products work and how they can benefit your clients, especially those who are older and may be looking for ways to tap into their home equity.
Great point. Now let's shift gears and talk about the tech and policy disruptions that are shaking things up in the industry.
Let's do it.
It seems like there's always something new to keep up with.
You're telling me. One of the hottest debates right now revolves around the future of the MLS.
Yeah.
We've got Compass's CEO predicting that Zillow will become the national MLS, essentially taking over that central hub of property data.
Okay.
But Zillow itself is singing a different tune, emphasizing its support for a strong and open MLS system.
So it sounds like a little bit of a tug of war for control of the data that fuels our industry.
It is.
What are the implications here?
Well, think about this. If Zillow were to become the dominant force in the MLS landscape, how would that change the way you do business?
Right.
Would it create more opportunities?
Right.
Or would it limit your access to crucial market information? This is a conversation that's going to heat up, and agents need to be aware of the potential ramifications.
It's a lot to think about. And let's not forget about the legal challenges swirling around in MLR's clear cooperation policy.
Right. This policy essentially mandates that listings be shared within the MLS system, which has sparked controversy and even lawsuits.
Yeah.
Some argue that it stifles competition, while others maintain that it promotes transparency and a fair playing field.
It's a complex issue with strong opinions on both sides.
It is.
And then there's the debate about tying MLS access to NELOR membership, which some view as creating a monopoly.
Right.
And limiting options for agents who choose not to join NR.
Exactly. All of this points to a broader conversation about the balance of power in the industry.
Yeah.
Who controls the data? Who sets the rules?
Right.
And how will these shifts impact the way agents and brokers serve their clients? These are the questions we need to be asking ourselves as we navigate this evolving landscape.
It seems like we're at a crossroads with a lot of uncertainty about how things are going to shake out. But let's not forget about the opportunities that are emerging in the midst of all this change.
You're right. Change always brings new possibilities. And this is where agents who are adaptable and forward-thinking can really shine.
So where should we be focusing our attention?
Right.
What are the bright spots on the horizon?
One area where we're seeing some really exciting innovations is in hyperlocal data.
Okay.
Think about Fly Homes, that new home search portal that's kind of shaking things up.
Right.
They're actually integrating precinct level voting data into their listings.
That's next level granularity.
It is.
It's almost like they're saying, here's the house and here's who your neighbors voted for.
Yeah.
It's a bold move.
It is. It raises some interesting questions, too. Is this type of information valuable for buyers?
Right.
Or could it potentially contribute to even further political polarization in housing decisions?
Yeah, it could go either way.
It could?
It could be a helpful tool for buyers who want to find a community that aligns with their values.
Right.
Or it could reinforce existing divisions.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see how buyers respond.
Exactly. It's all about understanding the potential implications and being mindful of how we use this data.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about some of the strategies brokers are using to navigate this somewhat unpredictable market.
Right.
For example, Rocket Mortgage is offering a 24 basis point credit to their broker partners.
Okay, so for those of us who don't speak fluent mortgage, what does that actually mean?
Essentially, it's a financial incentive for brokers to bring them more business.
Okay.
It's a way for Rocket Mortgage to boost volume in a market that's been a bit sluggish lately.
So they're getting creative to attract those deals.
They are.
It makes sense given the low existing home sales that we were talking about earlier.
Right.
What other strategies are you seeing brokers use to thrive in this environment?
Well, one thing that stands out is a renewed focus on micro-market expertise.
Okay.
Real estate expert Sean Chalice has been emphasizing the importance of capitalizing on those localized shifts in supply and demand.
It's all about knowing your specific neighborhoods inside and out.
It is.
What's hot, what's not, what's about to take off.
Exactly. And Chalice also makes a great point about educating clients about the potential for price surges once interest rates eventually drop.
Right.
It's about helping them see beyond the current headlines and understand the long-term potential of real estate.
That's a great way to build trust and position yourself as a true advisor, not just a salesperson.
It is.
Now, I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier, the changing demographics of buyers.
Okay.
We talked about the rise of older childless buyers. But what about the fact that 73% of all buyers had no kids at home?
Right.
That's a significant shift.
It is.
And I wonder what it means for agents who are used to marketing properties to families.
It's a great question, and it speaks to the need for adaptability in our marketing strategies.
Okay.
We can't just rely on the same old playbook anymore.
Right.
We need to think about what resonates with these buyers.
Okay.
What are their priorities?
Yeah.
What are their lifestyles like?
So are we talking about showcasing properties that are more urban?
It could be.
More focused on experiences and amenities?
It's about understanding the nuances of each buyer segment and tailoring your message accordingly.
Okay.
For example, instead of emphasizing school districts or backyard space, maybe you're highlighting walkability, proximity to cultural attractions, or the ease of a lock-and-leave lifestyle.
It's about shifting our perspective and really get inside the minds of our buyers.
It is.
That's where the real magic happens.
That's where it happens.
Now, I want to touch on something that I think is really important. The human touch.
Okay.
In a world that's becoming increasingly digital, with all this talk about AI, virtual tours, and online platforms, are we losing sight of the personal connections
It's a crucial point.
that make real estate so special?
While technology can certainly enhance our efficiency and reach, it should never replace the human element. We're not just selling houses. We're helping people navigate one of the biggest financial and emotional decisions of their lives.
Exactly. It's about building relationships, understanding their needs, and guiding them through the process with empathy and expertise.
It is.
No algorithm can replace that.
Absolutely. And remember, the most successful agents and brokers are the ones who can seamlessly blend technology with that personal touch.
Right.
It's about using those tools to enhance your service, not to replace it.
So it's not about AI versus humans.
Right.
It's about AI and humans working together.
That's the key takeaway. The future of real estate is going to be about leveraging technology to augment our human skills and expertise.
Okay.
It's about finding that sweet spot where technology empowers us to provide even better service to our clients.
I love that it's about finding that synergy between high tech and high touch.
Yeah.
Now let's shift gears for a moment and talk about some of the challenges that are facing the industry.
Okay.
Affordability continues to be a major hurdle for a lot of buyers.
Right.
High home prices, coupled with those stubbornly high interest rates, are making it tough for people to enter the market.
It is.
What are your thoughts on this?
Well, it's a complex issue with no easy solutions. It's almost like we're seeing a tale of two markets.
Okay.
Some areas are booming while others are struggling to keep pace.
Right.
This makes it more important than ever for agents to have that deep, granular understanding of their local markets.
Absolutely. You've got to know what's driving demand in your area, what types of properties are selling, and what price points buyers are willing to meet. It's about being that hyper-local expert.
It is.
But even with that expertise, inventory remains a challenge in many markets.
It does.
We're still seeing a shortage of homes for sale, which is putting upward pressure on prices.
Yeah.
And making it even harder for buyers to find what they're looking for.
Right. It's classic supply and demand at play.
What can we do to address this inventory crunch?
That's the question everyone is asking.
Yeah.
We need to find ways to encourage more people to sell their homes.
Okay.
Maybe it's about offering incentives, streamlining the selling process, or even working with developers to boost the construction of new homes.
Yeah.
It's going to require a multi-pronged approach.
It sounds like it's going to take a collective effort from agents, brokers, builders, and even policymakers to really move the needle on inventory.
It will.
Now, I can't let you go without talking about the elephant in the room.
Oh, okay.
Those lawsuits over buyer-agent commissions.
Oh, yeah.
There's been a lot of buzz about this, and I know it's a topic that's on a lot of agents' minds. What's the latest on that front?
Well, as you know, there have been several class action lawsuits filed against NAR and some of the major brokerages, alleging that the current system of buyer agent compensation is anti-competitive and inflates costs for consumers.
And NAR recently agreed to settle one of those lawsuits right.
They did.
What does that mean for the industry?
Well, NAR reached a settlement agreement that would require them to make some changes to their rules and policies, including making buyer agent commissions more transparent. However, the settlement still needs to be approved by the court.
So we're in a bit of a holding pattern, waiting to see what the court decides.
We are.
But regardless of the outcome, it seems like the debate over buyer agent compensation is here to stay.
It is. This is a conversation that's going to continue to evolve, and agents need to stay informed about the potential implications for their business. It's about being proactive and adapting to whatever changes come our way.
Speaking of change, let's wrap up this deep dive by looking ahead. What are some of the key trends and developments that you think will shape the real estate industry in the coming years?
Well, technology is going to continue to be a major disruptor. We're going to see even more innovation in areas like virtual tours, AI-powered property recommendations, and blockchain-based transactions.
Wow.
Those who embrace these technologies and find ways to integrate them into their business models will have a distinct advantage.
That sounds like the future of real estate is going to be a blend of high-tech and high-touch.
It is.
What else should agents be paying attention to?
Sustainability is becoming increasingly important to buyers. We're seeing a growing demand for energy-efficient homes, eco-friendly building materials, and sustainable communities. Agents who are knowledgeable about these trends and can guide their clients toward properties that align with their values will be in high demand.
So it's about being more than just a real estate expert.
It is.
It's about being a lifestyle consultant, helping people find homes that reflect their values and aspirations.
Exactly. And let's not forget about the continued shift toward urbanization. As more people flock to cities, the demand for housing in urban areas will continue to rise. This creates opportunities for agents who specialize in urban markets and understand the unique needs of city dwellers.
It sounds like the real estate industry is dynamic, ever-evolving, and full of possibilities.
It is.
Any final words of wisdom for our listeners as they navigate this exciting landscape?
Embrace change, stay informed, and never stop learning. The real estate industry is constantly evolving, and those who are adaptable and forward-thinking will be the ones who thrive. And most importantly, never lose sight of the human connection. At the end of the day, this business is about helping people achieve their dreams.
That's a perfect note to end on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of real estate. We hope you found it insightful and inspiring. Until next time, keep diving deep.
This has been The Wire, your roundup of the top headlines from the week in real estate, uncovering the hottest real estate news, market trends, and insights designed to keep your business ahead of the curve. The Wire has been brought to you by Resora. Elevate your real estate marketing with Resora. Effortlessly design, manage, and automate stunning email and social campaigns with our intuitive platform built for real estate. Say goodbye to complex marketing. Get started with your free account today at resora.com. And by Notebook LM by Google. Unlock the power of your information with Notebook LM. Upload your documents and instantly access an expert AI that answers your questions, summarizes key points, and generates insights, all based on your specific sources. Become a knowledge master with Notebook LM. Try it now at notebooklm.google.